Hi, videographers.org. I'm Brian Valenti from RedRock Micro. We're here at NAB 2015, and we're showing a brand new and we think really revolutionary device. It's called Halo, and the challenges that we're trying to solve has to do with automating dynamic focus control. So we want to solve the problem of how you manage focus in today's sort of highly cinematic world with shallow depth of field, big chip lenses, really fast lenses. And how do we do this in a way that not only solves the problem for the enthusiasts who want total focus control, but also professionals who they don't want necessarily to be autofocus, they want something to have a great reference tool, and then all these things in between, maybe some combination of both of them. So that's really what we have here today. This is our, a big part of it, which is our new preview of our new 3-channel remote system. There's also a larger version here up if you want to actually see a little bit more about it. So number one, what I want to show you is this is a beautiful way to pull focus. You've got all the information here that you want. You've got your distance scales. You've got the actual distance you're measuring. It's calculating your depth of field in real time. So as you move it out and in, you can actually see how much of depth of field you're able to work with. It's a 3-channel system, so you can see I also have my iris that changes the depth of field. And I've got a zoom rocker as well. So it's a really beautiful, modern interface, and it's a great way to get more information in terms of you're actually pulling focus. I can also, by the way, use my finger and actually scrub it on the screen at the same time. What starts to make this really interesting is this product called Halo, which is this device here, which I have one somewhere. It is the same technology used in autonomous cars. So it's real time. It looks something like this. This is the prototype. It's the same technology used in autonomous cars for collision prevention. It's used in aerospace. It's used to find lost planes. It's also used to measure the distance to the moon. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And you can see, first of all, it's now picked up our lovely model Larissa and the dartboard. So number one, as she starts to move about, I can simply just, as a focus puller, be able to move and actually have her in focus while I'm adjusting this. And I prefer to use my finger. And as long as she's more or less in that depth of field, I can not only visually see what's going on, but I can predict where she's going. So I'm not kind of trying to rack back and forth and figure where she is. Now, my buddy Alex here is going to join the scene. And you can see we're going to pick him up here. So again, I can actually have the ability to move my focus back and forth between them, and we're trying to make focusing really, really simple. Now here's where it gets super cool. I can simply tap on her, and you can see I've haloed her. There's a bracket around her, and as she moves around, now it's going to track her focus in real time. So as she's moving back and forth, the system is actually keeping track of where she is, and she has the ability to keep track of focus. And I can actually change who I'm focusing just by tapping on them. I can also, so now we have the ability to automatically track focus, and we've showed manual focus. The problem with this approach is before has been that you kind of got to choose one or the other. And what we wanted to do is the ability to have kind of the best of both worlds. So while I'm tracking Larissa, who's being haloed, I can actually click and say I'm going to be on the dartboard. She's still going to move about. And when I'm sort of doing my focusing, I'm going to maybe move my focusing to Alex. When I let go, it goes back to her. And so I have a combination of autofocus that's continually tracking things and the ability to do manual focus. So I've kind of got the best of both worlds, and I'm not forced to use one or the other. I can use any combination, whether that's a specific production, a specific day, or even within a particular shot. And that's really something that we've been working on for a long time. I like to call it the avatar technology. We had to wait for about 5 years for the technology to catch up so that we could actually produce and build this. It's brand new. You're seeing it for the first time today. It's going to be available probably later this year is our thought. And we haven't finalized the pricing. There's a lot of pieces to this, but we're looking at probably roughly about $2,000 to $5,000 range for the system. So Halo from RedRock Micro. Come check it out at redrockmicro.com. Thank you, videographers.org, for joining us here at NAB.